Welcome to Yogalates. My name is Amanda. This is Yogalates from Tahoe. Alrighty, so for today's class, we'll be using a block. If you don't have a block, feel free to grab a book. You can grab a pillow as well, a smaller pillow. And then we'll use our body weight. You can also grab a set of ankle weights for our second portion of the class. Let's go ahead and come on down to a child's pose. Your knees fall wide, toes to touch, forehead towards the floor, maybe placing a block underneath your forehead. Really stretching your fingertips out nice and long. Focusing here on your breathing. Starting with your inhale, filling your belly, your ribs, your lungs. Exhale, lungs, ribs, and belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, and lungs. Exhale, lungs, ribs, and belly. Keeping that same process of inhales and exhales. And on your next breath, sealing your lips, focusing your breathing in and out through your nose. Come back to your focus. Simultaneously stretching your fingertips out long, pressing your hips in towards your heels. Maybe bend your elbows, bringing your palms to touch. Feeling that sensation along your triceps. Still focusing here on your breathing. If your elbows are bent, go ahead and release them back down to the floor. Maybe rock your head from side to side. And now walk your hands over to the left side. You're welcome to keep both hands down, or you can release your left hand, bind it around your right hip, bringing your right bicep towards your right ear. If your left hand's binded, go ahead and bring it back to meet the right. Walk your hands through center, over to the right side. Option to keep both hands flat on the floor. You can also release your right hand around your left hip. Stretching your right hand back out. Walk your hands back to the center. Taking any movement that you feel you need in your body today, maybe rolling your head side to side, maybe tempting your fingers, lifting your palms up off the floor, maybe actively pressing your hips closer towards your heels, releasing your palms back down to the floor. Gently as well, come to a tabletop. If you have a block under your forehead, go ahead and release it off to the side. From here, tuck your toes, hammock your belly down, lift your gaze, coming into cow. And then untuck your toes, scoop and arch around your spine, bringing your gaze towards your navel. Come back through neutral, tuck your toes, lift your gaze. Really shine your heart forward. Come through tabletop, untuck your toes, scoop and arch, rounding your spine up towards the ceiling, bringing your gaze towards your navel or to the tops of your thighs. Spiral your elbows in towards one another, your elbow creases, tuck your toes, lift your gaze. And then hammock your belly, scoop and arch. One more time through each cow and cat, tuck your toes, hammock your belly down towards the floor. And then untuck your toes, scoop and arch, round your spine. Go ahead and come to a neutral spine, flat back. Maybe bump your hips side to side if that feels good to you today. Maybe do some barrel rolls, hips forward and back. And what you do in one direction, make sure you switch and do the reverse. When you're ready, come back to a neutral spine. Turn your fingertips outward towards the edge of your mat at any angle. You're welcome to stay here or shift your weight from left to right. Come back to center. Bring your fingertips facing towards your knees at any degree. They can be at a diagonal or directly facing your knees. From here, option to keep it still, or you can rock forwards and backwards. And then come back to neutral spine. Bring your fingertips towards the top of your mat. And then flip your right palm up. So your right palm is up towards the ceiling. Left palm is down. You're welcome to stay here. If you'd like, you can rock forwards, backwards, maybe side to side if that feels good to you. Coming back to neutral, flip your right palm over, and then flip your left palm up. So your left palm is up towards the ceiling, right palm is down. Same thing, you're welcome to hold it here. If you'd like, rock forwards and backwards, maybe side to side. All right, come back to center. Flip your left palm down towards the floor. We're going to reach our right arm up towards the ceiling. Thread the needle, right hand under the left, hovering and holding. And lift. And reach it under. And lift. This time we're going to reach it all the way under. Once you get as far as you can, release your right hand down. Release your right ear towards the floor or towards a block. You can keep your left hand boxed out. You can also extend your left arm forward. You can bind your left hand around your right hip, holding and breathing. On your next exhale, go ahead and release your left hand down if you had it lifted. Bring your right arm up towards the ceiling and release it down. Left arm reaches up high towards the ceiling, under and through the right side body. And lift. You're hovering that left arm under and through the right side. One more time. Lift it up. This time we're going to reach as far as we can. Further than the last two times. Once you get there, release your left arm down. Release your left ear or cheek to the floor. You can keep your left hand boxed out. You can extend your right arm long. You can also bind it around towards your right hip. Towards your left hip. Your right hand towards your left hip. I promise I know my left and my rights. Holding it here for one more breath. And then gently releasing your right hand down if you had it lifted. Lift your left arm up and release it down. Come back to your tabletop. Maybe patter out your feet a little bit. From here, we're going to find a kneeling stance. So we're going to come up to kneeling. We're going to draw our arms up high overhead. Gaze is forward. From here, draw your elbows down, lift your gaze up, cactus your arms. Really spread your fingertips wide. Lift your arms up, gaze comes forward. Draw your elbows down, lift your gaze up. Bring it back forward. One more time. And bring it back forward. From here, go ahead and have a seat. I'm just going to face you all. Go ahead and stagger your legs. From here, right foot in front, draw your arms up high overhead. Cactus your arms, lift your gaze. Draw your arms up, cactus your arms. Really spread your fingertips wide. Draw your arms up. We're going to bring the right hand down, left arm overhead, and switch. Left arm down, right arm overhead. Bring your right arm down, left arm comes up. From here, we're going to extend that left arm long as if someone's pulling you with your left hand towards the left side, but you're going to keep your right ear towards your right shoulder. As you bring your upper body upright, bring your right hand towards your left ear, gently pulling it down. We're going to lower that left arm towards the floor, not touching. Bring your palm facing up and drawing tiny, slow circles. Sorry, not tiny, just very slow circles. You actually want them to be very big circles, feeling that stretch. Give me one more in this direction. The slower the better. All right, we're going to reverse that direction. Keep your right ear towards your right shoulder. Up and back. 2 more if you're with me. Palm stays facing up. 1 more. All right, good. And release that left hand down. Bring your right arm back down to the floor. Bring your left arm towards your left ear and switch. And switch. All right, come back to center. We're going to switch feet. So bring your left foot forward. Bring your left hand down, right bicep to right ear, really feeling that side stretch. Come down to the right side. Back down to the left. We're going to hold the left hand down. Keep your left ear towards your left shoulder. Extend your right arm out long. Keep that bind, your left ear towards your left shoulder, and then draw your upper body up. So your left arm stays towards the floor. Your upper body is just upright, stacking your shoulders over your hips. Release your left hand from the floor and gently place it to your right ear, just to be mindful to keep that length along your right neck. We're going to lower that right arm and then flip your palm up, drawing slow, large circles back, up, forward, and down. Slow and controlled. Keep that lock between your left ear and left shoulder. Gently pulling down with your left hand without forcing it. 1 more in this direction, then we're going to switch. Reverse. 2 more if you're with me. Beautiful circles. 1 more. Very nice. Go ahead and release that right hand down. Bring your left arm down, over to the left, and switching sides. All right. Come on up from here. We're going to come back to a kneeling stance. We're going to lift our hips up. So your hips are stacked over your knees, your shoulders stacked over your hips. Draw your arms up high overhead. Cactus your arms, lift your gaze. Lots of cactuses today. Bring your arms up, gaze forward. 1 more time. Bend the elbows down, lift your gaze. Chest is forward. Arms up. We're going to reach your right hand back. If you'd like a block, bring it between your feet or to the outside of your ankle. Press your hips forward. Reach your right hand towards the block, maybe towards your right heel. Press your hips forward. Maybe lift your gaze. Come up. Left hand comes down, right arm comes up. We're going to draw that left hand towards our left heel or a block. Right arm comes up. Really press your hips forward. 1 more time on each side. Right arm comes down. Left arm comes up. And switch. Switch. All right, from here, go ahead and release your hips down towards your heels. Draw your arms up high overhead. Release your left hand to your right knee. Right arm comes behind you toward the floor, block, or floating in space. Twist and look over your right shoulder. Draw your arms up back overhead. Twist your right arm to your left knee. Twist looking over your left shoulder. Left arm on the block or floating in space or on the floor. Draw your arms up high overhead. Come back to your tabletop position. From here, you can bring your hands a palm print forward, tuck your toes, lift your hips up, coming into our first downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. From here, lift your right knee up high, flex your foot, bend, stack, open up your hip. Maybe circle out your right ankle, Draw your right knee in towards your right elbow. Lower and lift. Kick it back. Knee to nose. Lower and lift. Kick it back. Draw your knee to the opposite elbow. Lower and lift. Kick it back. Three-legged dog. Step through. Low crescent. Arms reach up. Reach your right arm up. Keep your left hand to the floor, the inside of your right foot, or your hand can be to a block. Circle out your wrist. Maybe your shoulder forwards and backwards. From here, reach your right arm up. Reach it under and through your left arm and left hip. Reach it up. Reach it under and through. Reach it up. Under and through. Reach up. Under and through. All right. From here, we're going to reach our left hip down, bringing your palm to your face. Come up. Reach your arm up. One more time. All right. Come on up. Bring your right palm down. Kick your right foot back. Three-legged dog. Bend, stack your hip. Circle out your ankle. Maybe circle out your knee this time. Down and around. And switch. All right, stack. And then kick your legs, three-legged dog. We're going to come into half pigeon. Draw your right knee in towards your right wrist. Untuck your left toes. Maybe draw that left leg back. From here, tempt your fingers towards your midline. Reach up. Arch back. Come through center. From here, clasp your hands behind your back. Stretch your arms out long. We're going to reach down and up for 3. And lift. Pigeon crunches. 2 more. And lift. All right, on your next one, go ahead and release your hands down in front. You're welcome to come down to your forearms. You can come down onto blocks. You can also release your forehead to the floor. If you would like a deeper hip opener, I like to rock to the outer right edge of my hip and then rock my left hip in towards the floor and then side to side, just back and forth. You're welcome to thread the needle. Left arm comes up, under and through the right side, bringing your left ear or cheek to the floor. Still holding that bend in your front right knee. Your left leg is straight. All right, if you have that bind, go ahead and come on up. We're going to bring that left foot, just circle around this way for you guys. Your left foot is straight, so your right knee is going to stay in. We're going to bring our right hand to the back side behind your right hip. Left arm comes up, stargazer, lift up, and release down. Bring your left hand to the outside of your left hip, and lift up, and release. All right, from here, you're in that pigeon pose, coming back, bringing your right knee, tuck your left toes, lift your right leg up high, and come through your flow. You're welcome to bring your knees down. You can also keep your right leg lifted, coming down, and lift. Tucking your toes, come back to downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. We're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So lift your left leg high, three-legged dog, flex your left toes, bend, stack your left knee. You circle out your ankle. All right, draw your left knee to your left knee to your left elbow. Kick it back. Oh, forgot our tap down. Knee to nose, tap it down, lift, kick it back. Left knee to right elbow, tap it down, lift, kick it back, three-legged dog. Bend, stack that knee, circle out your ankle, maybe circle out your hip, both directions. From here, all right, we are going to come through, low crescent. Almost forgot where I was. Come through low crescent. Keep your right hand down to the floor or on a block. Reach your left arm up high towards the ceiling. Circle out your left wrist. Your right knee can be on the floor. You can also hover that right knee. Maybe circle out your shoulder forwards and backwards. Reach the left arm up high. Draw it under the right arm and lift. Under the right side body. And lift once more. Under and through. And lift. All right, place your left hand back under your left shoulder. Tuck your right toes. Lift your left leg up back to three-legged dog. From here, draw your left knee in towards your left wrist. Release your right knee down. Maybe draw your right leg back. Untuck your toes. Walk your hands towards your midline. Tempt your fingers. Lift your gaze up. You can also deepen the stretch by bringing a block under your right knee. And then if you'd like, clasp your hands behind your back. Bring your thumbs towards the floor. Lift up, crunch down for 3. And lift. 2 more. Last one. All right, lifting up. Go ahead and plant your hands down. Many variations here. You're welcome to stay up high. You can bring those blocks under your hands or under your forearms or come directly onto your forearms to the floor. You can also bring your elbows out wide, bringing your forehead, chin towards the floor. You can rock to that outer left side of your left hip and then rocking your right hip also towards the floor. Just moving side to side. Gentle movements. You're also welcome to thread the needle, coming to center, reaching your right arm up high, under and through the left arm. Maybe bringing your right ear or cheek to the floor. You can bind that left hand. Holding here and breathing. From here, go ahead and place your palms back down. We're going to pivot onto our bum, keeping your right leg out. Your left leg is to the inside of your right thigh. Bring your left hand behind your left hip. Lift your hips. Coming to stargazer. Right arm lifts up high. Press your hips forward. Release down. Release your hips down. Bring your right hand behind your right hip. Lift your hips up. And release down. Come back to front. Placing your hands under your shoulders. Tuck your right toes and lift your left leg up high. Now a few options here. If you'd like, you can lower your knees, coming down. You can come into high plank, or you can keep that left leg lifted, lowering down slowly, elbows stay tucked in. Coming through. And lower. Give me one more mini cobra. And lower. All right, one of my favorite stretches here. We're going to extend our left arm long. Keep your right hand boxed out under your right shoulder. Your left leg is just relaxed. We're going to lift our right leg up and over to the outside of our right hip, allowing your left shoulder to open. Maybe just bringing your cheek or your ear towards, your left cheek or ear towards the floor. Really allowing that right knee to open up. You can extend and bend that right knee. Maybe point through the toe. One more. All right, go ahead and bend it. Come back down onto your belly. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Press up, mini cobra. Release down. Go ahead and extend your right arm out long from your right shoulder. Your left arm is directly under your shoulder. Your right foot is relaxed. I already did the work. Lift your left leg up and over to the outside of your right hip. Maybe just releasing your right ear towards the floor. Really allowing your left hip to open and your right shoulder. If you did it on the other side and you want to do it on this side, you can extend the left leg and bend and extend and bend. One more. All right, go ahead and release everything down. Give me one mini cobra. Release down. Walk your hands under your rib cage, press up, full cobra. From here, look over your left shoulder, maybe towards your left heel. Gaze up to center. Over your right shoulder, maybe looking at your right heel, maybe past. Gaze up. Bring your gaze forward. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips coming through tabletop or straight to downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. All right, we're nice and warm now. We're going to do a few flows here. So from downward face dog, we're going to come to upward facing dog. So make any adjustments. You can bring your knees down and then lifting up, or you can flow directly from downward facing dog to up dog and switching. And lift. Give me 3 more, whether you're coming to tabletop and then releasing down. That's it. 2 more. Downward facing dog to upward facing dog. 1 more. All right, we're going to hold it in upward facing dog. Untuck your toes. From here, come to Sphinx pose. Bring your forearms down. So if you would like, you can place an ankle weight on your ankles. Palms are facing down, elbows directly under your shoulders. From here, we're going to draw the right heel in towards our right glute and extend. Right heel to right glute and extend. Keep it going. Slow and controlled. You want to draw that heel in close towards your glute. You are actively engaging your core. So even though you're laying on your stomach, your forearms are pressed in towards the floor, palms are facing down. Relax your shoulders down from your ears. Keep your gaze forward and release. Just working that right side for now. That's it. All right, keep it going. Think slower, the better. Maybe drawing your heel in closer towards your glute each time. Maybe as you extend that leg, don't tap the floor, but make it to a hover. So you're flexing your quad. Maybe your knee lifts off the floor as you straighten it. And then bend. Keep it going. 5 more on this side. Okay, just keeping your gaze forward, keeping your neck at neutral spine. It up. Full extension. Maybe flexing that quad. 2 more. One more. Release. Now for the left side, relax that right side. Draw your left heel in towards your glute and extend. Left heel in and extend. Just working that left side now. You've got it. Keep it going. Maybe drawing that heel in closer towards your glute each time. Find your focus. Focus on your breath here. Full bend. Full extend. Maybe flexing your quads so much that your knee lifts off of the floor. That's it. Notice the difference when it's slow and controlled. Notice the difference as you flex your quad, as you extend that leg straight. What different sensations are you feeling as you bend your heel in towards your glute and then extending your leg out long? Make sure that right foot is completely relaxed. It might be feeling left out. Just keep it in check. You've got it. 5 more with the left leg. Full bend, full extend, slow and controlled. Your abs are engaged. Maybe your hip bones are pressing into the floor, squeezing your glutes. 2 more. Last one. All right. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. Maybe shake out both of your heels. Now we have a double heel tap. Both heels come in towards your glutes and extend. Same movements here. You want to bend and extend so much that maybe your quad lifts up off the floor. Draw it in and extend. Keep it going. You've got it. Almost there. Slow bend. Slow extend. Quads are flexed. That's it. You've got 4 more here. Stay with it. Last one. All right, we're going to hold those knees lifted. So from here, hold those knees bent. Your toes are pointed, so we're just going to flex and point. Just a flex and point. Stretching out those calves. Keep it going. All right, on your next one, hold the toes flexed. So the sole of your foot is pressed up towards the ceiling. We're just going to press up and release. Press up and release. Your forearms stay in towards the floor. You're working your lower back. You're working your glutes. You're working your hamstrings. Oof. If you get a little pinch in your hamstring, just extend your leg, maybe shake it out, come back into it. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Tiny movements. All right, go and extend your legs long from here with your elbows under your shoulders. Press your palms in. We're going to press our upper body up. So top shoelace portion of your toes are pressed into the floor. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. Your arms are shoulder width. We're going to press up and release down. Press up and release down. Give me 8 more. Think slow and controlled. Press up and down. You're working that upper body. You're working your core. You're working your back. 6 more. Release down. Press up. Release down. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. All right, from here, we're going to roll over onto our stomach. We're going to curl ourselves. Whew, that sun is bright. All right, we're going to curl ourselves into a tiny ball, tucking your chin into your chest, knees in towards your chest. We're going to rock and roll ourselves a few times like a ball. As you get to the top, hover and hold, and then release down. Hover and hold, and release. Maybe extend your arms out long, and release. Come up. Maybe arms up to a V. Come up. Maybe your arms forward, and back. All right, this time, arms forward. Swing your left arm back, and forward. Right arm, and forward. Roll back. Roll back. We're going to do it all over again. Maybe arms out. Roll back. Maybe arms up. Hover those feet. Roll back. Arms forward. All right, we got one more. Arms forward. Right arm. And left arm. All right, roll it on back. Curl yourself into a ball. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. Let me see where we're at. Maybe circle out your ankles. All right, from here, let's do a double leg extension. So your hands are by your ankles. We're going to extend our arms and legs long in opposite directions. Your feet are hovering, your arms are hovering. Tuck everything in and extend. Exhale as you crunch. Inhale to extend. Keep it going. That's it. Stay with it. Inhale as you extend. Exhale to crunch in. Knees to your chest. Your shoulders are lifted. Now, as you extend your legs, the lower your limbs are, the more challenging it is. So you can lift your arms and legs up, making a V position. You can draw them at any angle. Tuck everything back in. Your lower back is zipped to that floor. It is not lifting up. So not a space of air can get underneath your lower back and that floor. If your back is lifting up, if your belly is arching outwards, bring your arms and your legs closer towards the ceiling rather than low and hover. Give me 3 more. 2 more. Last one. All right, tuck your knees into your chest. Release your shoulders down to the floor. Circling out your your ankles once more. All right, from here, we're going to lower the feet to the floor. Bring your hands by your side, palms facing in. We're going to do 5 glute bridge raises and lowers. And lift. Squeeze the entire time. And lift. 1 more. All right, hold your hips lifted. We're going to lift and tap that right foot. Lift it up. And tap. Lift it up. And tap. All right, hold that right leg lifted. Stay with me. We're going to lower and lift for 5. And 4. That's 3. 2 more. 1 more. All right, plant that right foot, lower your hips, lower your knees over to the left. Come through center, lower them over to the right. Come back through center. Oof. My left hamstring was not having that one. All right, drop your knees over to the left once more. Back through center, over to the right. Come back through center, plant your feet hip width apart and parallel. Now we have the left side. We're going to lift and lower the hips for 5. That's 4. Slow and controlled. Last 3. 2 more. 1 more. Hold the hips lifted. Lift that left leg high. Bend, tap, and lift. Bend, tap, and lift. Stay with it. All right, hold. Woof. That right hamstring now. Hold that left leg lifted. We're going to lower and lift for 5. Try to keep it up the entire time. I know it burns. 2, 3, 4. 1 more. Woo. All right, lift and lower. Lower the hips. Drop your knees over to the right. Come through center. Over to the left. Back through center. 1 more time on each side. All right, left side. All right, from here, draw your knees into your chest. Maybe roll side to side. Maybe circle out your ankles. Reverse the direction. Extend your knees. You can grab the back side of your thighs and continue to roll side to side. Or you can grab the outside of your feet for happy baby or any variation. So hands on the outside of your knife edge of your foot or behind your hamstrings and just rolling from one side to the next. Maybe coming into Ninja Baby, extending one leg and then switching. What you do on one side, make sure you do on the other. Maybe coming to a wide straddle. Maybe drawing your soles of your feet to touch. From here, lift your arms and legs up towards the ceiling. Point, flex, or circle out your ankles. Arms and legs up the wall.